Howdy folks, I'm Brian and here's some Reddit. Our first letter is titled, Am I a Jerk? I'm a 32-year-old female with 2 children, 4 and 6, and I made them cry after they called me Miss Piggy. Throwaway for unoriginal reasons. I'm a 32-year-old female and I gave birth back in October. Since then, it's been extremely difficult for me to lose the baby weight, mainly due to my postpartum depression. I get next to no sleep attending to my children, and most mornings I can barely get out of bed, much less drive to the gym. It's been dark for a few months for me. I've told these things to my partner Dave, 43-year-old male, and though he said he understood, I don't think he really does. Though never really explicitly stated it. He makes jokes and comments that imply I'm lazy and that he's no longer attracted to me. Last week, I broke down to him about not being able to lose weight, and he said he would push me to do so because he loves me. Since then, he's taken a biggest loser approach and started calling me Miss Piggy, and has instructed all of my family and friends, even my kids, to do so. I hate this nickname, but he says it's supposed to motivate me to lose weight. I think he really believes it's going to help me, but I feel really undermined while parenting because of this nickname. The other night, my family was eating and my children started oinking at me. And out of frustration, I started yelling at my husband. We have a rule not to yell in front of the kids, but we're almost always in front of the kids during quarantine, and I feel so dismissed. The kids started crying, and Dave says I'm to blame. Reddit, am I the jerk? Oh, OP, I'm really sorry to hear this. This isn't probably... Bullying people into losing weight is not necessarily the best way of approaching weight loss. And this is not a good thing to teach kids either. Like, your kids are going to have classmates at some point in time who may have a little extra weight on them. And what happens if they start oinking at them and calling them Miss Piggy or something like that? This is really not a good way to approach parenting, I think. And I think that this isn't a good way to approach weight loss. Like, you have problems and you need to have those problems resolved before you can even worry about the weight loss aspect of things. And sure, you might have like a desire to lose weight, but is calling you Miss Piggy really going to drive you to lose more weight, or is it going to, shame you and make you feel even worse? And my guess in this case is that probably it's going to shame you and make you feel worse. It would be different potentially if this is something that you requested, but this is something that your husband has elected to do. And yeah, I really think it's unhealthy. I think it's unhelpful. Not the jerk. Teaching your children to humiliate you into losing weight is really messed up. He's attempting what's known as positive punishment. There's a limited time and place for implementing this type of method. For someone suffering from postpartum depression, this is unequivocally not the proper approach. Not the jerk. No one ever thought of addressing the elephant in the room and get OP help for postpartum depression. This isn't helping, it's making it worse. Sit your parents down and talk to them about how it makes you feel, or write everyone who calls you Miss Piggy an email that it only hurts and makes it worse, not help. Get therapy to deal with this, and let a therapist tell this jerk of a husband how he's being a jerk. Alright, our next letter is titled, Am I a jerk for not returning my bridesmaid's gift after the wedding was cancelled? Hello everyone, I'm a 27-year-old female. My friend Jessica, a 28-year-old female, was supposed to get married over the summer. She asked me and a few of her friends to be her bridesmaid by giving us a gift box with things for the bachelorette party, which was going to be a long weekend in Mexico. The 3 of us are nurses, 2 are teachers, and we're all vaccinated. The box had sunglasses, a bathing suit, shoes, some jewelry, a water bottle, and a tote bag that it was in, and it was really nice. Well, Jessica's fiance got a call from her boyfriend, and the wedding was called off. Neither one of them knew about the other. We were all just blindsided as he was. We had no idea. Jessica recently contacted me to tell me that since the trip wasn't happening, she wants the bridesmaids' gifts back. I guess some of the girls hadn't taken any of their stuff out, so they just gave them back, but I took the stuff out. I used the tote bag and sunglasses already, and after I had tried on the bathing suit, I cut off the tags. When I told Jessica that I had assumed the stuff was a gift, so I had already used some of it, she got really mad and said that I should have saved it for the trip, and that I had to reimburse her for the price of all of the stuff. I was going to do it just to get her off my back, but then I found out when I was hanging out with her ex one day that she wasn't the one who bought the things, and he was. So I asked him if he wanted me to reimburse him, and he said no, and that it's just a drop in the bucket of all the money that he's down from the wedding, and an extra $275 won't really make a difference. I'm not really worried about losing my friendship with Jessica. I think what she did to her fiancé says a lot about her character, but I know her and the maid of honor, her sister, are talking a lot of stuff in the group chat that I'm stealing from Jessica. So am I the jerk? Alright, OP, I'm going to have to say that no, you're not the jerk here. You asked the person who bought the stuff, and the person who bought the stuff said that you could have it. That is not stealing. Plain and simple. There's really not much more to this than that. Like, she didn't buy the stuff. She can't claim you're stealing it because you asked the person who bought the stuff and he says, keep it. So, you're in the clear. Not the jerk. I would tell them that you aren't stealing from Jessica. It was a gift from the guy she cheated on. Would love to see the expression on her face when she hears that. Sounds like Jessica is the one trying to steal. Is she giving the gifts or money back to her ex, or is she returning everything so she can pocket the money? My guess, if I had to make a guess, would be that, C-Pedal, you hit the nail on the head. Alright, our final letter this evening is titled, Am I a jerk for telling my brother that his crush dislikes him because he's a jerk, not because he's too smart? So, I have a younger brother, 13, who is a child prodigy. I won't give too many details, but he's well known in the academic circles of our country and attends an institute of higher education. Naturally, people are impressed with his intelligence, and he's quite popular and makes friends easily. Our parents dote on him and have never told him no. As a result, he has become very arrogant, condescending, and disrespectful to people he deems below him, and that's just about everyone. Lately, he's been openly talking about a girl he's crushing on, and much to his dismay, she's been quite unimpressed with him. He often complains to my parents and I about his failed attempts to befriend her. I understand why she dislikes him. On one occasion, he invited her over for a school project, and I overheard their interaction. He was constantly talking over her, dismissing her ideas, and even calling them stupid. 99% of the time, he was talking about himself and his accomplishments, being in the news articles, his future plans, etc. The poor girl obviously seemed uncomfortable. He quizzed her about her career aspirations, and when she answered, he proceeded to point out it's a bad career path. Today, he was once again complaining about her and said that she's obviously intimidated by his superior intellect. He claimed that all the girls only like stupid guys and that women are emotional. Sadly, my parents agreed and kept reassuring him that the girl was obviously uncomfortable with the fact that he's so accomplished and awesome. After hearing this nonsense many times, I finally told them that his crush dislikes him because he behaves like an obnoxious know-it-all jerk. I explained that he probably would have a chance if he showed some modesty instead of talking down on this girl so much. So my parents obviously think that I'm a jerk for saying this. They said that it was a horrible thing of me to say to a 13-year-old and that he's just a child. I told them that he needs to realize that his personality is becoming a problem and that his crush dislikes him because he's a jerk, not because he's too smart. Am I a jerk? No. This is actually something that really needed to be said. From the kid's perspective here, he's never been told no. He's only been doted on and only been told how great he is. And people who are in this kind of position have a really hard time empathizing with other people. And it's really important to teach him empathy and good social skills. Like, He needs to learn good social skills and how to behave in society and how not to be, an obnoxious jerk here. Like the fact that he's talking down to people and telling them that they're stupid and that their ideas are stupid, that's just not a good way of dealing with things. And, he needs to learn how to be a little bit nicer and a little more kind. And that's going to go a lot further in life than intelligence. Just my opinion. You can be the smartest person in the world, but if no one wants to work with you, then it's really just going to be a very lonely, lonely world for you. And child prodigies are only children for so long, then they grow up and then they're just jerks. If they're raised as jerks, that is. Like not all child prodigies are jerks. I wasn't saying that. Please don't misinterpret that. Not the jerk, you are actually doing him a favor for him to learn this lesson now. Your parents are setting him up for failure. Regardless of his intelligence and ability, a huge part of success is also likability and the ability to get along with others. I have seen several brilliant people get nowhere because of their lack of complete emotional intelligence. Not the jerk, your parents are most at fault here. They are raising a narcissistic monster. They need to teach him manners before it's too late. Yeah. They were also enabling his misogyny. Women are too emotional when he's the one having a tantrum. I'm going to leave it right there. All right, folks. That's all the time we have for today. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you did, consider giving me a thumbs up. If you didn't, consider giving me a thumbs down. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you all tomorrow.